Welcome back to the Sun and Moon Tarot. Today we will find what is good and what is hidden. I hope you're well and staying blessed wherever you are. I hope you're enjoying life. Please feel free to like, share, subscribe. Please look in the description box and read if you'd like to book a personal with me. My information is there, and so is my Patreon information. This is a pick a card read today. So it's a little bit different than my typical pick a cards. We have the 2 Rider-Waite decks, of course, for your current, past, your current energy to recent, excuse me. Apparently we're going to have word vomit during this session. So this will represent your current energy to your recent past, and this will represent your future, ultimately. I have the Gabby Bernstein, The Universe Has Your Back deck pulled. I'm really excited to use it. I use it for advice on my daily reads for myself. They're great. It's a great deck, great book also. I've read it, I own it, it's wonderful. If you're interested, Gabriella Bernstein or www.gabbybernstein.com. If you're interested, she's a Jewish occultist. She's just brilliant. She's gone through a lot and really changed her life in a magnificent way. She's absolutely inspiring if you're interested. So, without further ado, or further delay, whatever the word is there. I'm not doing the crystals on this read. We have plenty of crystal cards left in the crystal deck to go through, but I'm just a little burnt out on them, so I thought I'd switch it up, and we're gonna do an advice card instead. So typically what I would say is for you to choose a group that calls out to you the most. And ultimately, I feel like this is a little bit easier than the typical reads because the advice cards are shown. So that's your group 1, group 2, group 3, group 4. We'll just go through real quick. So if you would like to choose, group 1 is My Fearless Freedom Lights Up the World. Group 1, I'm sorry. I feel like I just can't speak right now. I'm sorry about that. Group 2 will be The Moment I Realign with Love. Clear direction is presented to me. Group 3. Oh, it's retrograde. That's why I can't speak well. Okay, anywho. If you have a lot of air in your chart, you know what I'm talking about. The more energy and intention I bring to my faith, the more fearless and free I am. For group 3. Group 4. Sorry, I get a little OCD sometimes about my spreads. So group 4 is I recognize that I have chosen fear, and I choose again. I choose love. I love this card. I love the purple. It's beautiful. I love the saying, we are on a human experience, right? So we're learning constantly about what we want, what we should do. We constantly get to choose again. We constantly have to focus on what we're bringing to the world, how we're showing up, our energy, how we want to manifest, etc. So go ahead and pause if you're interested in meditating if you haven't already chosen a group, but otherwise we'll get into it. This, again, 1, 2, 3, and 4. I know I haven't done it in like the last 3, so I really need to get caught up on my timestamps, and I will. So if you're interested in waiting for that, you can always just fast forward through to your content if you don't want to wait for me to make the time to comment the times for each group. That's up to you. Okay. So, chatter. Again, welcome back to the Sun and Moon Tarot. For group 1, we have My Fearless Freedom Lights Up the World. Beautiful card, beautiful advice card. We're going to do I always do the light green for your current energy to recent past, so I'm going to switch it up and do the dark green today. I thought, so, oh, look at this beautiful spread. The Queen of Cups, Queen of Water, the Emperor, and Five of Swords, Five of Air. So we'll go over zodiacs and elements real quick. Queen of Cups being the Queen of Water. That's any Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. It could be you, could be someone else. This is the energy of emotion for Water and Cups in the tarot. The Emperor could be any Aries. It does represent spirit rather than an element, so it doesn't represent a house of 3. And instead, usually major arcanas have 1 or no zodiac attached to them. The 5 of Swords, of course, is air. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Could be you, could be someone else, of course. Could just be that the season is very important to you. This is a card of thought and intellect with the swords. So swords do represent air. Air represents intellect. Water represents emotion here. So we'll go ahead and get into it. And we'll flip, of course, your future after that. The Queen is very interesting here because we talk. So your advice card is My Fearless Freedom Lights Up the World. And your first card is the Queen of Water, the Queen of Emotion. She represents compassion, calm, and comfort. You exhibiting these behaviors while also being the Emperor through a time of conflict. So what does that mean? The Emperor is structure, ambition, authority, and rationality. He is the king of all kings. I like to say that because when we talk about tarot, we do talk about the divisions of elements and how the characteristics and behaviors can be played out that way. So he is someone that has mastered all 4 elements. Spirit is saying that this is a divine masculine person. This is someone that can, or you, this is someone that can lead, can create action, can move forward with all 4 elements, being air, fire, water, or earth, right? Or all 4, just like the Magician or the Empress. They are the 3 that can really manipulate energy in the tarot. In a massive way. That's very important because your fearless freedom lights up the world. Your ability to be compassionate but also structured creates, when we get into the 5 of Swords, let's go ahead and talk about the definition. It's unbridled ambition. It's when it all costs energy and sneakiness. So this can cause others to really be kind of jealous of you. Ultimately, that's what that's saying, because you're being free. To an extent, you're able to, through your compassion, through your comfort, through your calm, you're able to provide a structure for yourself and others, which lights up the world around you. Some people love it and are attracted to it like a beacon, and other people it irritates their demons, right? So that's what I mean by this 5 of Swords. It could be you being incredibly ambitious, but I think it ultimately has to deal with, it's just a warning of that's ultimately nothing that you've done to deserve, of course, but being this person that you are and being fearlessly free creates conflict for those that cannot create freedom in their own lives, cannot separate themselves from pain to an extent, right? So let's look at your future. You have the Tower, another spirit card, very interesting here. You have the 9 of Wands, meaning fire sign. Sagittarius, Leo, Aries. That is the energy of fire. That is of passion or creation in the tarot. I like to call attention to the fact that it is passionate creation for fire as an element. The Wheel of Fortune is another spirit card, of course. So these are major arcanas, whereas these are minor arcanas. And it's very interesting that it does play out this way, because we're talking about your freedom and your ability to create with this structured kind of personality, but also compassion. Like, so you're compassionate, you are not typically overly ambitious to the point that you're just sneaky, even though some people might perceive you as that. That might be something that people think. It's not something that you need to worry about, though. The Tower. So a lot of people panic when this Tower comes out, but it's a card of change, ultimately. And you can't have growth without change. I'm not talking about chaos. I'm talking about change. So the Tower is upheaval, disaster, foundational shift. something of huge importance changing in your surroundings to the point that you have to grasp it as this is, I mean, this is for you. This is like a friendship change, a moving, job change, a major change of some sort. There's not, I'm not getting much besides you just need to be compassionate. If it's in your career, kind of consider that people are watching you and kind of being a little bit sneaky and jealous. And just kind of focus on your future and on that. Being able to create almost a defense. So what I mean by that is the 9 of Wands is resilience, grit, taking a last stand. You can do this through any sneaky behavior because of who you are. So with that, with this change, you're able to create something very beautiful and new for yourself. The Wheel of Fortune, karma, fate, destiny, fortunes, and cycles. So it's very interesting that these follow this way, because it's like after a major shift, you're just like, I got this. I'm going to continue to be fearless and free. I'm going to continue to light up the world and try to be this compassionate individual who's structured and continue to lead, but also be ambitious, hopefully not overly so, and to kind of focus on how to create new through this foundational shift, right? And it's destined for you, group 1. You are recognizing that, you're kind of playing, you're seeing how you're able to work with energy and how it can kind of manifest a significant change for you in your current energy. I hope you enjoyed the content. I love you all very much, and I will see you next time. Bye. Group 2. I do like it like that. Okay. The moment I realign with love, clear direction is presented to me. Group 2. So for your first cards, group 2, we'll go ahead and do the elements here. That's fire with the wands, creative passion for fire, being that energy of true creation, true passionate energy. Fire signs being Sagittarius, Leo, Aries. The Ace is a beautiful card. It's a gift. Any ace of an element is a gift. It's the first card of that element, and it's also a gift from the universe always. So this is creation, willpower, inspiration, and desire appearing. So this is very interesting because you realigning potentially with love creates that clear direction that you're really looking for if you picked this read. So you have the 5 of Cups for your second card and the 3 of Pentacles. So the cups are going to be a representation of the energy of emotion in tarot. You've got Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces here for zodiac signs. When we talk about signs like this, we're saying either you have them, someone of significance has them in their chart, or it could simply be a reference to the season. This is a general read. So fire, water. Now let's go on to earth. The 3 of Pentacles or the 3 of coin, being any Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. The energy of money or product manifestation of the ability to create wealth ultimately with that coin card. So this is your current energy to recent past. You are being inspired to move forward to create. As you look through this, it's really interesting because we talked about this card, but the 5 of Cups is like, as a clear-cut picture card, you're looking at a figure or a character who is mourning the loss of 3 spilled cups. He's so pulled into this grief that he cannot see the 2 filled cups behind him. He can't feel the joy of them being there. He can't plan with them, can't think it through because he's mourning, right? This 5 of Cups does represent loss, grief, disappointment, and mourning. So you moving forward from that, you realigning with love and creating, and this being that clear direction, being presented to you. The Three of Coin being teamwork, collaboration, and building together here. Ultimately, something very positive is going to manifest for you, or has, in the recent past to current energy. As you try to create this clear direction for yourself, it really is presented. You're able to see where you need to build in your future, and where you built kind of like on, you know, how, I don't know if you know that actually. So if you built on sand rather than clay, you're going to inevitably continue to feel loss, right? Higher clay percentage means less water or erosion. It is the densest of the soil factors. Anywho, so when you start to collaborate with others in your future, you're being inspired about it, and you're recognizing from the loss of the past that you really need to focus on this clear direction. And you're collaborating with people to do so, and your current energy to recent past. So I flipped your cards to look at them, and this is really funny to me. Okay, so you have the Page of Pentacles being a court card of Earth. We did go over Earth. Air appears. You officially have Earth, Fire, Water, and Air. Very beautiful. Air signs being Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, the energy of thought or intellect in the tarot. This is why I giggled, because you have finally the Ace of Wands being that final card. Your read is very clear for group 2. You're recognizing how your choices to an extent on this human experience are have to an extent led to some sort of grief in your past, and you're inspired to create better, right? So with this future here, this beautiful energy of really recognizing even more intensely how you create that around you. The Page of Pentacles is ambition, desire, diligence, and craving a new venture. You are craving something in your future as well. It could be a career opportunity that you're kind of like, okay, I really want this and it's going to be good for me. And it might be something that you were collaborating, like you're in the works currently of collaborating or networking, etc., socializing with others to create this. And you're being ambitious in your future to do so. It's interesting because, again, I think I'm seeing this pattern of, for you, recognizing the past and what it's caused for you. It's interesting that these almost more intense, kind of like painful cards are in alignment here, because with the Eight of Swords, you have imprisonment, entrapment, and self-victimization. For me, I like to also characterize this card as a picture card, because it's very obvious when you look at the photo. Her tethers could drop, she could easily undo her blinds, and then as the swords that are imprisoning her are not fully, completely surrounding her, she could then easily walk out. But she continues to self-victimize, continues to allow this to be, ultimately. And you're seeking an end to that, right? So recognizing again how maybe your behaviors have allowed people to treat you in a way, or take advantage of you and disrespect you in some way, and you're trying to seek a clear direction forward away from that. The Ace of Wands, of course, we already went over, so you are gaining that here. You got both my Ace of Wands here for the group 2. That's just interesting to me. Creation, willpower, inspiration, desire. Again, you being able to create that inspired change in your life in a passionate manner, because you recognize how your behaviors have influenced your past and why you want to move forward in the manner that you do. Group 2, I hope you have a beautiful season. I'll see you in the next read. I love you all so much. Bye. Group 3. Group 3, we do have the more energy and intention I bring to my faith, the more fearless and free I am. Beautiful. So however you connect with spirit, whatever traditions you follow, or however you connect in general with your star player, with those around you, with whatever you believe in terms of God or gods or beings or spirits, however you believe, this card does represent you kind of focusing that intention and bringing clarity to your faith, because it does bring you freedom. Some people might, this could be you watching tarot videos too, you know, this could be a lot of things that you're recognizing kind of bring you peace, or bring you to a place of happiness. And that's something that you would seem to be possibly interested in if you chose this read. So finally, here we're going to go ahead and start your first row. Sorry, I got distracted. Water and spirit speaking here. 10 of Cups, 6 of Cups, and the Fool. Water is any Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. The energy of water is that of emotion in the tarot. Could be someone of significance, could be your chart, could be the season of importance. It's going to vary for everyone. The 10 of Cups. Sorry. This is a beautiful card because as we were just talking about, the connection, right? So 10 of Cups is the ability to create inner happiness, fulfillment, and absolutely dreams coming true, whatever that means for you, for my viewers. The Fool is innocence, new beginning, wonder, and foolishness. The ability to create that, to continue, of course, to be fearless and follow that path that you're trying to provide for yourself with the inner happiness and the dreams coming true. So you really focusing on how your energy can bring this for you, whether that's how you connect with spirit or otherwise, but it really does seem like it has to do with that. You focusing on creating kind of that path that you wish in an innocent manner, and it beginning for you with the 6 of Cups being familiarity, memories, healing, and restoration. I'm sorry, my dogs are gonna go nuts because my fiance just got home. So the 6 of Cups, again, for your current energy to recent past, being true healing as you step forward in your faith, as you move forward with your creating your intentions. You're really focused on bringing clarity with that, and it's absolutely appearing for you. Let's get into your future here. You've got, oh my lord, you have all spirit speaking. So water and spirit for your entire read. That's very interesting to me. Wow. I do shuffle and meditate on the groups, and then I pull based on usually the advice, but we'll see how this plays out for you. Hi, baby. It's okay. Temperance, the Star, and Strength. So any Sagittarius, any Aquarius, any Leo could be of significance for you. The Temperance is middle path, patience, finding meaning. The Star is hope, faith, rejuvenation, rebuilding, and healing. The Strength card does represent courage, inner strength, conviction, and compassion. So you finding peace and ultimately that decision, because you recognize that having that faith for yourself or for your spirituality kind of gives you that ability to be fearless and to feel more free, and therefore create that inner happiness that you are looking for in your current energy to manifest ultimately. So with the Temperance card, you in your future are focusing on how to have patience to continue to manifest, how to find that kind of like purpose and meaning in whatever you're connecting with. And with the Star, you're recognizing, it's very interesting because Aquarius, of course, is the water bearer, but like here on both first two cards, you have with the Temperance card, of course, that middle path. This angel is literally balancing the water, the emotion between two cups very fluidly. And then in the star, of course, she is taking from a deep well that she already has. That water can be anything. It's definitely nurture ultimately. And she is able to take from this well and to provide for the surrounding land around her, meaning that she's able to nurture life. Meaning that she's able to, or the character, excuse me, is able to nurture what they wish. So you're able to be free and create that fluid energy in your life where you're kind of fulfilled ultimately, and you're finding strength in that. You're finding the ability to move forward, have courage, and just continue to embrace that advice card, to be fearless in a way that you are understanding of your path and those around you, and how you can influence in a positive manner, and create with the universe around you. Beautiful read. I hope you enjoyed the content. Group 3. I'm going to leave you there. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Group 4. I recognize that I have chosen fear and I choose again. I choose love, right? I feel like this is my favorite card or my favorite group. I saved the best for last, so to speak. It's just excellent because it's that representation of like when you come to an understanding of how you've chosen maybe fear-based living or fear in general, how you've kind of fallen into your root chakra and stayed there a little too long maybe. You recognize that you're able to choose again, that you're able to work your way up that chakra ladder. You're able to choose love and to work through your heart and to motivate yourself through love rather than fear, which is really, I just find that very inspiring. I hope you do as well, Group 4. If you chose this card, I assume you find it inspiring. The Ten of Wands being your first card for your recent, past, current energy. The Ten of Wands represents any fire sign: Sagittarius, Leo, Aries. Wands do represent fire. Fire represents creation and passion in the tarot. When we go over elements and therefore their zodiac attachments, we are talking about either your placement, someone of significance placement, or simply a season. Oh, look at you. 10-10, completion, major change in your life appearing. Pentacles here being that of coin, that of earth. This is Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, the energy of money, manifestation of money, coin, product, whatever you can trade, whatever you can create, whatever you can ultimately be abundant with. Your final card being the Five of Wands. We did go over fire. So you have fire and earth here. Very interesting for your current energy to recent past. Let's talk about these cards. If you do numerology, this also could be fives in a row, which I find very interesting. So not only completion but significant change that of you working with kind of like this energy of what is the greatest good, right? What is fear? Is fear-based living the greatest good? Does it create that for me? Or does love-based living create that for me? So it's very interesting that that's how that played out for you, my Group 4. So let's talk about this. The Ten of Wands, accomplishment, responsibility, burden. And then the Ten of Coin, legacy, inheritance, culmination. You have this absolute understanding, and it feels like accomplishment, because with accomplishment becomes a responsibility, right? Our entire lives we're just continuing to build on past information, and continuing to grow. You recognizing a burden potentially from the past, how it influenced you, and kind of moving forward in a productive manner so that you can regardless create a legacy, an inheritance, or you gaining an inheritance after a time of burden. Ultimately, I feel like for you, this is a representation of learning from past or current conflict and kind of focusing on how you can work through conflict with love rather than fear, and how to do so. What I mean by that is you have, this is accomplishment, responsibility, burden. The 5 of Wands is competition, conflict, and reality. So you kind of dealing with that in your current energy to recent past, how to be accomplished, or excuse me, not how to be accomplished, how to move through this conflict in your reality and to create what you want in a way that you're like, okay, it has to be through love, because otherwise it just doesn't benefit me, right? It just doesn't work out in my favor in the way that I would wish. It creates conflict when I work through fear. I feel like that's the lesson that you've learned recently, group 4. So your final cards being the Fool, beautiful spirit speaking here. The King of Wands is the King of Fire. You have predominantly fire in your read. Very interesting. You could be a fire sign for sure. The Chariot is your final card. Again, spirit speaking. The Chariot could be any Cancer. So what does this final row mean for your future? When you embrace this lesson, right? So the Fool is innocence, new beginning, wonder, and foolishness. As you embrace this learned lesson and you continue to work through love, it creates an innocent, productive kind of new beginning in your life. The King is you showing up as seeing that yourself as a leader. You're able to overcome challenges. It's the big picture, being able to see the big picture of all, right? How to work with the greatest good. Why fear-based living rather than love-based living is not positive, and how to move forward and really overcoming that kind of conflict in your reality. The Chariot is your final card, being, of course, success, like disciplined success, right? The Chariot doesn't arrive unless you are exhibiting self-control, discipline, and success appears because of that. Your ability to be disciplined, your ability to focus on letting go of fear and moving forward in a way that you can choose love. Excuse me, water break. All right, so here we are, group 4. I hope you enjoyed the content. You've got a beautiful future ahead. A rough lesson in the past, but hey, we all have been there, and I hope you enjoyed the content. I will see you in the next one. Bye.